Hello everybody and welcome to the latest Democracy for Developer blog video thing. I'm the designer and one of the coders on the game, Cliff Harris, and this is, I can't remember what number video it is, but it's exciting because it's the first video we're doing since the game is actually being played by other people. So you can get the game now, and I'll make sure there's a link to the buy page in the kind of notes for the video. Basically what we're doing is the game is in alpha, which is like before early access, but you know, it's perfectly playable and fun and everything, so people tell me. So you can get that build of the game now if you want, by pre-ordering the game. It's $26.99, and you can do that through the Humble widget on our website. It's not in Steam Early Access yet. We want it to be a little bit more filled out with sort of content and a bit more tested before we put it into Steam Early Access, because you get a lot of attention when you put a game on Steam if it's a sequel to a popular game. And so we just wanted like a few people to be playing the game to give us some feedback beforehand. We've actually got loads of people. I haven't checked it yet this morning. It's over 500 people. It's probably over 600 people by now, which is a lot because we went from having like testing it on 4 PCs with 2 people to like 600, so it's a big deal. I'm wearing my SpaceX hat today because astronauts are actually in as a SpaceX podule thing right now, floating around, hopefully safely splashing down later. I quite like SpaceX, so I thought I'd wear this because, you know, hopefully that'll go well. Like the first thing to say is like thank you to everyone who's bought the game. We do really appreciate it. I know it's not a super cheap game. I know it's not finished, and there's not much in it for you really in terms of like buying a game early. Why not wait until the developer's finished everything? What you do get is a chance to tell the developer where they're going wrong, and you get to play it straight away. But you take a chance on the fact that it might not work on your PC. We haven't really had that. Or you know, there may be bugs, and there's not all of the content in there. So thank you very much to everyone who's bought the game. It's hugely appreciated. It's very stressful to work on a game for a long time and have a spreadsheet where you look at money going out and not coming in, so it's a relief to like flip that around. Thank you very much. It has to be said, we haven't had as many bugs as I thought we would. All software has bugs, it just does. Like that SpaceX spaceship will have bugs in its software. Software is really complicated, and it's almost impossible to put together software that doesn't have any bugs at all. But we don't seem to have that many actually. Like we've had a few, but what you don't want is a random crash, a crash that you can't reproduce. It doesn't happen on your PC, but it happens for other people. We've had a few crashes which have been reproducible and fixed. Fixed loads of them actually. A lot of them were bad data. We don't sanitize our data as well as we should, so that is a bug. But a lot of them have been really, really easy to fix, and a lot of them are a little user interface screw-ups that are fairly minor. But I would describe the game as pretty stable actually, and I'm very pleased about that. So that was a worry, because obviously it's the most important thing. I do know of one crash, which I'll talk about in a minute. Well, I'll talk about now. Some people, not everyone, I know for a fact, but some people are getting a crash bug after the second election. I've been sent some, I can't reproduce it. I've been sent some save games, and I'm going to take a look at those this morning, this afternoon, and hopefully that'll be fixed today. That's the big bug that we have. That's the only one that I know of involving a crash. There were some that were linked to particular dilemmas that pop up that no matter what option you pick, it would crash. That's just bad data. We're fixing that. That'd be easy. Stuff that has been recently fixed or improved. I mean, this is a silly thing, but when you go here now, this is now sorted by date, so the most recent one is at the top. It never used to be, which was just silly because we do that now. And also it knows if you've loaded in a save game, you don't have to retype the name of it. And if you want to overwrite something, you can just click on these and it will change that that thing there to save you typing it in. It's a trivial thing, but like you know, I should have done that ages ago. I just forgot. So that's done. If you see a strange like coloured disk up here, like one of these policy surrounds, but up here all the time for no apparent reason, that's a bug. I fixed it. Next update, it will go away. Sorry about that. Very stupid bug. On that note, make sure that you've got version 1.03. You'll see that in the top right of the screen if you go to the main menu. That is the latest version. We have code in the game that once a day it will check your version against the version on the server to tell it whether or not you've got the latest version and to tell you what's in the new version. So the next one will be 1.04. What I am doing is I'm doing like fractional things. I'm doing like 1.03a I'll probably do today. So what I'm doing there is pushing that out as like an interim thing that not everyone gets told about, just because more people are buying the game. So you know, why give them a version that we know has some minor issues in. I don't want to pester people all the time that every time they launch the game it's like there's a new version every single day, because I think that would annoy people. I work very fast and I update the game very fast, so I could easily do like multiple updates a day, and you don't want that. So it only checks once a day anyway. We also have a Trello board, which is something that's used internally by like project management software, but ours is public, so you can see what I'm working on like in real time. You can't edit it, but you can see it. Again, I'll put a link in the notes for the video, and that will kind of like show you everything I know about that I'm working on and the stuff that's pending the next update. And if you're interested, I mean, like if you're a game designer or programmer or whatever, maybe you're interested, I don't know. So we've got a few things that I need to fix, and I know about that. I'm just going to run through them so that people know. One of them is ethnic minorities. Now, in this particular game, I've got 25.65% of the population come from ethnic minorities. Some people have seen that go to 90%. And don't start with your maths talk, right? Because you can say, hey, you can't have more than 50% of ethnic minorities. It could be multiple minorities, okay? So you know, yeah, it's still valid. Anyway, it is true to say, I think, that we let that number go too high in terms of it being kind of unrealistic. And we are going to balance that. Basically, it comes down to immigration, border controls, and GDP. So basically, GDP, if you're doing really well, it will push up immigration, because it's like, this is where all the jobs are. This is where all the money is in this case, the UK. Immigrants will come to the UK. And if you don't really go crazy on the border control, then you're going to get a lot of ethnic minorities. I guess, especially at the moment with like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, a lot of the policies in here, like body cameras and race discrimination acts and like softer police methods and some of the border control options, I think a lot of people are being very open on immigration, and because the game's been a little bit easy, GDP's been doing really well, so ethnic minorities is really shot up. I noticed it when I played the game as well. Anyway, we're going to tweak some of those numbers so that it's not as easy as it has been to get like a disproportionate amount of ethnic minorities in the country. Don't forget, we only have one country at the moment, and it's the UK. We do have quite a lot of ethnic minorities in the UK, but you know, it's not a majority. Anyway, so we're going to change that. A few people have said that ultra-liberal socialism, which I'm not at. I am at fairly liberal, weak capitalism at the moment down here. People are saying getting down here is too easy and that everyone can be happy, and that not only that, everyone can end up here super wealthy. Obviously, that sounds like it's a little bit unrealistic. Not impossible, obviously. Anyway, we're going to look into the balancing of some stuff there, because I think some of the negative effects that happen when you have stuff like capital controls and really high taxes on companies. I think some of them might be a little bit too weak, actually. Anyway, we're going to be balancing that, going to be looking into it. One of the other things that we're going to look into is a back button. So you will notice if we go here and we go, state pensions, interesting. Has an effect on the poor. And like, the poor are affected by state housing. If I close that, I've lost everything. I can't cycle back through that drill down. We don't keep all the windows open because otherwise it would be GUI hell. But what I intend to do when you do stuff like this and you drill through is to kind of keep a record and then support a back button. Maybe we could have it at the top here. I was just assuming you're using the back button on the mouse, but not everyone has that. So you could then cycle back, and if you closed, it would just clear the whole list. That's just code. Anyway, I'm going to do that, so there will be like a back button. I just need to do it. That shouldn't be too bad. We're going to be adding new countries, obviously. So at the moment, there's only one country, the UK. I think I'm going to do the USA next. I know it's not massively different to the UK in kind of like cultural and economic terms. That makes it slightly easier to do. But also, obviously, a lot of gamers are from the US. It's a huge country, and people like playing their own country. So I am going to do the USA next. I've started making a list of the stuff I need for that. And then we've got a lot of others in the list. What have I got in the list? Canada, Germany, Australia, France, Spain and Italy. And then we want to do the interesting ones like China and Russia and stuff like that. There's quite a lot of work involved, actually. But we'll be doing it. I want to fix some bugs first. So kind of that's what's going on, okay? I'll probably do a bit more of a kind of like playthrough thing next time I do a video. Rather than just talking about stuff. Don't forget, by the way, because we don't draw attention to it, that you can play the whole game in dark mode. That then changes, yeah. If you've got like eye strain or your laptop is kind of running low on battery or something, I don't know. Or maybe you just prefer it like this. And everything changes, the whole UI changes to work this way. I think I prefer light mode, actually. This kind of looks cool, maybe. I think I slightly prefer it in dark mode. Oh, these aren't rendering properly in dark mode. Oh my god. Look, it wouldn't be one of these videos, right, if I didn't find a bug live while I'm recording it, would it? Did the tooltips come up? The tooltips come up. Yeah. There's another one for the board. How annoying. At least you know we don't edit these vids. Anyway, yeah, dark mode exists, it's a thing. Right, thank you so much to everyone who has shown some sort of like faith in us developing the game and got it at this stage. We're reading everything on our forums and every comment on these YouTube videos. We don't reply to everything, and obviously we read every email we get. We don't reply to everything because we just don't have time. And sometimes they're kind of like duplicate comments to something else. But we are reading them because it's really important to get loads of feedback from people actually out there playing the game. So thank you to everyone who's bought the game, and thank you to everyone who's offering sort of feedback and stuff like that. We are keeping it fairly quiet about launching the game. 2 YouTubers have copies, Orbital Potato and Quill 18, and we haven't sent out any others. We kind of want the game to be more sort of filled out with more content and stuff before we start shouting about it. I'm normally very like PR focused, but I'm quite happy with how things are going at the moment. So we'll worry about that later. So anyway, thanks to everyone who's bought it, and I'm impressed how you found out that we released it, because it was basically just some tweets, and that was it really. Post on Reddit and post on Facebook. So yeah, it's going really well. We're going to do these videos every 2 weeks, and it would be good if you like this video and subscribe to it and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks very much. See you in 2 weeks.